cervical spine isometrics. So we're gonna use a table to start. I'm gonna show you a couple different ways to set this up if you don't have access to a table. Or if you don't like the setup on the table. So you don't have to use a table, on the ground works. I'm just elevated surface so I'm not laying on like a hard ground. But isometrics are the muscles contracting without changing length. So we're gonna do multiple directions. So we're gonna go into extension. So in order to do my extension isometric, I'm just pressing my head straight down into the table, trying to keep my chin somewhat tucked without really overextending my chin. Now, your programming will say, if I want you to kind of over-exaggerate the extension, your chin will point toward the ceiling. But for most people, your chin's gonna stay in neutral and you're just pushing your head straight down into the table or whatever surface you're lying on. Pay attention to however long you're holding it. Now what you can do is you can roll to your side and you can put a yoga block if you have one, or you can put your hand, or you can put a ball or towels rolled up or whatever it may be next to your head, and then you can push your head into the ground for lateral flexion, and then we can push our head into rotation by kind of rotating down and looking at at the surface that we're pushing into. And then obviously you'd flip over and hit the other side. So the idea is my neck is in neutral and I'm pushing down into that immovable surface to create an isometric contraction. Now, another way that you can do it is you can do these with like a physio ball or exercise ball on a wall. So I'm gonna tilt the camera toward the wall here so you can see. But if I go to the wall and I have a chair, I can put the ball on a wall, and then I'm literally pressing my head into the ball for lateral flexion, and then into extension, chin in neutral, chin pointed out, and then I would do lateral flexion the other way. But when I go to rotate, same idea, pressure in, and then I'm looking into the ball to facilitate the rotation. So isometrics are great for many people that have neck irritability, especially if you have a strained muscle in your neck. And we start with isometrics as a gentle reintroduction to loading. And typically it's great at kind of desensitizing tissue and getting muscles to contract and relax, which in and of itself a lot of times will resolve a lot of people's irritability and symptoms.